Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ellering here. I'm going to go ahead and do the lesson for section 1.4, which is to rewrite and evaluate formulas and equations. You've all been dealing with formulas over the years, ladies and gentlemen. You know what they are. Okay, an equation that relates two or more quantities, usually represented by variables. For example, the circumference of a circle. C equals 2 pi r. We have the area of the rectangles. We've got all kinds of formulas, right? Yeah. All right, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to look at solving for a variable. We want to solve for a certain variable. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to rewrite the equation as an equivalent equation in which the variable is on one side and does not appear on the other side. All right, here we go. Let's look at some examples. So the very first one, which you should be familiar with, you did this in intermediate algebra or algebra 1 if you were at a different school. We have 4x plus 2y equals 10. We want to get y by itself, so we're going to solve for y. So step number 1, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the 4x. All right, so to do that, remember, we're going to subtract 4x from both sides. So now we have 2y equals. Now, ladies and gentlemen, whenever I do these, I am going to always put it into that slope-intercept form. Remember, y equals mx plus b. Okay, so when I do this, I'm always going to have that x, the coefficient in the x, follow the equal sign. So when I write this out, I'm going to write it as negative 4x plus 10. Remember, you cannot combine those because those are not like terms. All right, and then one more step. We're going to go ahead and divide by 2. And so we end up with y equals 2x, negative 2x plus 5. All right, we got y by itself. We always simplify as much as possible, and we have reduced and simplified everything that we can. All right, that's going to occur a lot, and ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be on your first mastery quiz Friday. All right, or your second mastery, because I can't remember which one it is. Anyway, let's keep going here. So another example, we're going to solve that circumference formula for r. All right, so let me rewrite this. Okay, we want to get r by itself. Now remember, 2 pi r, that's implying its multiplication. So it's 2 times pi times the radius. Well, we want to get rid of the 2 and the pi. Well, since we're multiplying, we're going to divide. To get rid of it, we're going to divide both sides by 2 pi. That cancels out, right? Voila, that's all it took. So when I write this, I'm going to rewrite it. The radius equals the circumference divided by 2 pi. So if I know the circumference, I can simply take that and divide it by 2 pi, and I'll know the radius. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep going here. All right, solve the temperature formula. Fahrenheit equals 9/5 times the Celsius plus 32. All right, and we want to solve for C. And then when we're done, we're going to convert the temperature of 85 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. So first task, we want to get the C by itself. All right, here we go. So F equals 9/5 C plus 32. All right, so I have to get rid of that 32 first. So we're going to subtract the 32 from both sides. So now I have F minus 32 equals 9/5 C. Okay, over here that's gone because they canceled out. All right, now do you remember how to get rid of a fraction in front of the variable when solving for that variable? Well, we want to multiply both sides, not divide, multiply both sides by the, do you remember what it is? Reciprocal. So we're going to multiply both sides by 5/9. Now, this is where you got to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. You need to group the left side, the f minus 32. You have to group that. And then I can put the 5/9 in front, because that 5/9, we're going to distribute it and it goes to both terms. Now, on the right side, the 9/5 cancels out. So we're left with the C. On the left side, 5/9 times F is 5/9 F minus, okay, 5/9 times 32. When you're multiplying with a fraction, okay, you can go 5 times the 32. 5 times the 32 is 160 over 9. Now, could that be reduced? Remember, you all have access to the graphing calculator. Let me pull that up. It's on your Chromebook if you haven't found it yet. So let me clear that. So if I type in 160 over 9, okay, I would get this ugly looking decimal. Well, your calculator does fractions, remember. So if I hit the math button and I pick fraction, it'll go ahead and convert it. Oh, 160 over 9 cannot be reduced. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave it as 160 over 9. Okay, now I need to convert the temperature of 85 degrees Fahrenheit. So now what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to replace the Fahrenheit with the 85. Minus 160 over 9 equals C. All right, so I've got this lovely piece of technology. I'm going to use it. So I'm going to type in 5/9, use your divide sign, times the 85, ladies and gentlemen, and then minus the 160 over 9. And like magic, look at there, 29, and we're not going to convert this to a fraction. We just want to leave it like this, 29.4 degrees. So the Celsius is approximately 29.4 degrees. So that is the conversion for 85. All right, let's keep going. Solve this for W, then find the width of a rectangle with a length of 9 meters and a perimeter of 32 meters. All right, so let me rewrite this. We want to get W by itself, so in this case, we're going to have to get rid of the 2L first, so we're going to subtract 2L from both sides. Okay, when I rewrite that, I'm going to have P minus 2 times the length equals 2W. All right, now I need to get rid of the 2 that's in front of the W, so everything is going to get divided by 2 because I have to undo the multiplication. All right, and when I'm done, I have the width is going to equal P divided by 2 minus, and then over here, the 2's cancel, so minus the length. So the width equals, all right, we know the perimeter is 32. So I'm going to replace the P with 32. So 32 divided by 2 minus the length, and now the length it says is 9, so I'm going to subtract 9. Okay, use your calculator if you need to, but 32 divided by 2 is 16. 16 minus 9 is 7, so the width is 7. All right, let's keep going. Okay, I think I've got 2 more examples. Solve this one for y, and then find y when x equals -3. Okay, we need to go in order. This will be important. Well, the quizzes are a little bit different this year, so because they're on Schoology. But solve for y first. So I'm just going to use the problem. I'm not going to rewrite it. I'm going to go right to the problem. So first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of the 5x, right? Because I want to get y by itself. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. Now there's a minus in front of that 4y, folks. So now I still have that there. It didn't go anywhere. So negative 4y equals, again, I'm going to put it in mx plus b form. So I'm going to put the negative 5x next, plus the 9. Okay, now I'm going to divide everything by negative 4. Okay, so now positive y, we always want that to be positive, equals, now negative divided by a negative, that's going to be positive 5/4 x. And then the 9 divided by negative 4. Okay, we don't want to leave that negative in the denominator. And I'm going to just say that would be a minus 9/4. And just leave that as a fraction. I mean, you could turn it into a decimal, but sometimes it's just nicer to work with those fractions. Now I'm going to find y when x is negative 3. So now I'm going to go ahead and replace the x with the negative 3. All right, again, I've got this lovely piece of technology here. So 5 divided by 4 times that negative 3. And then I am going to subtract the 9/4. And voila, ladies and gentlemen, there is our answer. The y value equals negative 6 when the x value is negative 3. Now, if I asked you to write that as an ordered pair, this is what it would look like. The ordered pair would be negative 3, negative 6. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep going here. I got one left. This is our challenge problem, our challenge example. You will notice in this one that it has 8y plus xy equals 10. Okay, there are two variable y's in that problem, and they are on the same side of the equal sign. Remember, when we're all done, we want y by itself. We only want to see it once. So think about properties, okay? Think about properties here. So we have to go backwards. So what we're going to end up doing here, ladies and gentlemen, is pulling out the y, doing the distributive property backwards. All right? Because I'm going to pull out this y, and I'm going to pull out this y. And when I do that, I rewrite it as y times 8 plus x, because I pulled it out. Now I only see it once, equals 10. Now our goal is to get y by itself. Okay, well, wait a minute here. Let's see, it says y times 8 plus x all together. Well, oh, that's a times sign right here. So that means to get rid of the 8 plus x, I can divide both sides by 8 plus x all together because they're grouped in the parentheses. So now they cancel on the left side, and we have y equals 10 over 8 plus x. All right, let's wrap this up. Well, what is the y value when x is negative 6? So I'm going to go ahead and replace that x with negative 6. And now I have, remember, order of operations, you have to do what's in the denominator first. Okay, 8 plus negative 6 is 2, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. There is our answer, ladies and gentlemen. Y would equal 5. And if you were to write this as an ordered pair, again, the x value is negative 6, and the y value ended up being 5. All right, that was it. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. The next lesson will be 1.5.